Alright, so this video is going to be a lot quicker because this actually wasn't a case that took place in the Supreme Court, so I don't have a whole lot of opinions for you to read. Finding resources on this case is a little bit more difficult than the last one, but this one took place in Pennsylvania. Alright, so this is JS versus Bethlehem Area School District. This was in 2002, and it was the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania. So, again, our focus questions. Is free speech different for public school students than for the general population? Do school officials have the right or ethical obligation to restrict First Amendment rights for students? Explain your response. How have the courts shaped the issue of student speech over time? Consider changes in society as you discuss different court cases. Remember that. We're going to discuss multiple cases. Okay, so what happened? An 8th grade student named Justin Swidler created a website that basically vilified his algebra teacher and his principal. Now, some of the images on the website would like transform his teacher into Adolf Hitler. I mean, inappropriate, but not going to cause a huge disruption, as opposed to the other things that he did post. Animated videos or images of his teacher being shot, coming up with a list of reasons why his teacher should die, and actually trying to get donations for a hitman. So, needless to say, there was a big disruption in the school environment because all the students at the school had seen it, the teacher had seen it, the staff members had seen it, and you got to remember, this isn't the 1960s or 70s. This was in the late 90s, early 2000s. Okay, this is very close to the Columbine shooting, and we see as time goes on, violence in school is getting worse and worse, and we'll address that later on in this video. But the teachers were a little scared of the violence in the schools, and the students were attending meetings with the counselors because they were so upset about what had happened. So, needless to say, the teacher was pretty upset, because her life was being threatened. So, what happened? Well, Justin was permanently expelled from the school district. Suspended, expelled, gone for good. They just threw the book at him. His lawyer stated that the website was a huge exaggeration of just how Justin felt. He had no intentions to cause him harm, and he felt that the website conveyed that. It was an over-exaggeration. So they appealed the expulsion to the Northampton County Court. The Northampton County Court sided with the school district. So then Justin's lawyer also appealed the decision to the Commonwealth Court of Pennsylvania. This court also sided with the school district. So what is the issue here? Well, the issue is, does the school district have the right to expel a student for something that took place, well, off campus? The student did this from his own personal computer at home. He didn't do anything on campus. So this raises a whole other issue. Can the school suspend a student for something they do off campus? And that's something to definitely think about these days with, living in the age of social media. So the opinion of the court, or the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania, came from Justice Caffey, who said that he upheld the ruling of the two lower courts. His reason for that is that the website disrupted the educational environment because the students were seeking counseling and the teachers were concerned about safety. Therefore, it greatly impacted the educational mission of the school. So here's just a few things to think about when it comes to this case and how it relates to others and free speech for students in school. Okay, like I was saying before, in an age of social media, what kind of things can get a student in trouble if shared online? What are some of the things that you can say or do on the internet when you're not even at school that can get you in trouble with your school? So think before you share. Before you share anything on social media, think, okay, Who's going to see this? Can I get in trouble for this? Now, consider the increase in violence in school. Should the court, in an instance like this, should a court have taken his threats a little bit more serious and actually press criminal charges instead of just upholding the school's ability to suspend the student? Because remember, a threat is a crime. I believe that nowadays, if this were to happen today in 2020, there probably would have been some criminal charges because of how serious of an issue this is in today's society. So again, is free speech different for public school students than for the general public? The school officials have the right or ethical obligation to restrict speech of the students. And how has this issue changed over time? Make sure to use different court cases when you're answering that question. We got one more video coming your way. Again, I hope this is helpful.